you not hear us that whole time?
Oh, we can hear you now.
First corner of the evening. Lower line. Hoping that maybe a little too tough though, and the fingers will put it out. Good attempt by Sophie Wells, but unfortunately, well too high. So Grant, we've noticed, sorry to cut you off, but Grant, we've noticed that there's been a lot of ball just going out of bounds, not where you wanted it, and the defenses more or less let Huntingdon play into that.
Right, and I mean the Lions doing what they originally set out to do, which was come out firing and control the ball offensively, but like you said, it just hasn't been there. They haven't been able to control the ball when it has been.
Foul against Piedmont. Ever the aggressive defender moves her way across. Fancy footwork. Goes towards the crest, trying to find an opening on the right side. Here comes Libby Williams out of net to make the grab. Foul called, it'll be against Huntingdon. So Lions get one to bounce their way. They'll be awarded a kick here. Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. Just had our audio underway. Eric Edmondson here with Grant Prather. Peter Sly out on the balcony on the camera with us. As the Lions still a little bit shaky coming out the gate, still trying to gain control in a chokehold in this game. Look to do it right here. Judson braves a tough tackle, and that one not as well documented or well thought out shot from well outside the box. We've seen Crawford do that before, but not tonight.
Yeah, like you said, well outside of the box. She had that one a couple games ago. I mean, it was just a perfect strike. You can't have that every single time, especially with defenders draped over you. But, I mean, like I said, I like the aggression out of these Lady Lions. It's what they were set out to do, just not formulating anything right now.
Excellent header by Peyton Gates. Judson able to get this out of here. Sierra down the line. Peyton deep in the corner, flicks back inside. Lions get a touch in the box, no whistle. Judson has a chance. Judson just misses wide of the pole.
Best shot the Lions have had. Judson off the pole, had a tight window to try to get it through Williams on that left side of the goal. Just a little bit off.
The fact that she was able to get that shot off with a mess of defenders in front of her is quite superb.
It was a quick fire.
It was. Libby Williams has been solid, though. Hasn't let a lot of things get past her, and she's done the fundamentals. She's done what she's needed to do. Hasn't been pressed heavily, but she's not broken. Wells, an excellent slide to keep it in contention for the Lions. Maseda puts it down the line. It'll cross out, and that'll push the Hawks back a little bit here.
Yeah, Libby Williams has been busy. Her defense not backing her up too much as these Lions are really pushing that ball down towards her end.
Kluber with a touch. Here's Taylor Crawford. Crawford trying to use a little speed here. Hand it off to Banks, and that one's popped up. That ruins the momentum for the Lions. Got to remake it here. Browns goes for the shot, and Williams, an outstretched hand, but it'll go past her anyway. It'll be another goal kick.
Artie Brown's second shot from outside the box. I mean, putting pressure on, but she had control of the ball. Could have gone to another outlet. A shot is a shot, but that one's maybe when you got to pass off, I think.
Libby Williams sets up for another one. There is still pollen on this soundboard from last spring. Ugh.
Seems about 4 or 5 months too late. You never know. It's Demarest. Fun things happen.
Williams gets it to the Lions attackers. And this one, a through ball, caught a couple defenders off their stride, and now Peyton Gates. Gates takes a shot. It's a big looping ball that's going to be grasped and caught by Williams.
I'm going to be interested to see how many saves Libby Williams already has in this first half. We're not too far into this game, only 15 minutes in, and she has been so busy.
So just one documented save, but 6 shots faced for Libby Williams. Again, a lot of these shots by the Lions aren't necessarily good shots. They're just shooting to shoot. But they have a real chance there as Paige Kluba drives it down the right side. Kluba looking for someone to throw to. He's going to go right to her defender, who headbutts it directly back into the ground. Kluba being tough down there in the corner. This one going to be cleared momentarily. It's going to roll out and be another throw-in. Paige on that as well. Kluba goes for a longer one here. Opts to find Taylor Crawford. Jerome finds Judson. Judson plays off the chest, has to exit the box here, and now a trio of defenders all over. Peyton Gates takes a shot here. Libby Williams punches it out of the air. A good shot and a good save from Williams. It'll lead to a corner for the Lions.
There's an official documented shot. Gates with the left, not able to get as much power as she could with her right foot, but still attacking Williams. One of these times, it's going to get through.
Yeah, maybe if the box was a little bit more cluttered in front of Williams, that might have had a bigger chance to go in, but unfortunately, it really was just a straight and narrow path between her and Gates. Corner goes towards the back part of the box, and that'll be put out. Addie Banks chasing it down. So is Paige Kluba. Kluba able to wrestle it free. Now the defenders are Huntingdon sweep it away. Now they're trying to keep the Lions off their stride, but Sophie Wells always in the middle, always dangerous, taking it for herself, pushes it all the way up. It will result in a goal kick, but a good job by Sophie Wells to be at the right place at the right time to avoid a momentum swing of that magnitude.
And yeah, Wells, that great mid defender, but the rest of the Lady Lions as well have been doing a great job of poking the ball out and getting it back in their possession.
Absolutely. Towards the corner, a chance for Savannah Jerome. Should she be able to get there? Jerome still chasing it down, is able to put foot on it, and goes for a cross there that will be well out. Yeah, not too much you could do with that one, but Savannah Jerome, never the lack of effort.
Right, and especially as she looked like she was very tired on that play. Running, looked like she was out of gas, put her hands on her head after that play. I mean, early, got to catch that second wind, so I can get behind that as a former athlete. Emphasis on former.
Former. Right near Judson. Judson able to trap it in front of her. Excellent trap, but Huntingdon steals it away. It'll flip to defense now. Jocelyn Maceda. Gets it up to Addie Banks. Banks trying to find Kluba. Lions trying to get some sort of connection going. Crawford unable to get there first, though. Wells able to put a touch on it right near midfield. Banks over to Brown. Brown tried to find Sophie again, but it will be taken away by number 10, Lainey Bishop. Now it will be taken away by Sophie Wells. Wells looking for Crawford. Huntingdon keeping it in front of them. Something that this Huntingdon team has done is they are able to intercept a lot of passes. They're all in the shooting lanes against the Lions, but they just have not been able to turn that into success.
Yeah, those first couple of minutes of the game, they were not able to do that. The Lions had a lot of breakaways, but since those couple breakaways and those couple dangerous opportunities that the Lions had, Huntington's been able to kind of get their defense in check.
Good job by Taylor Crawford. Put a head on that one. Get it towards the turf. Sierra Judson trying to find Peyton Gates. Gates might have another opportunity here. She's outside the box. Got to find someone to pass to. She finds someone in the box. Went for Crawford. Defense for Huntingdon still trying to exit this ball. Judson puts a toe on it. Now Peyton Gates once again. Now the defense once again. Here we go. Other side. KB Walker. Racing pass. Sophie Wells gets in front of it though. And Wells able to put it back out to Peyton Gates. Peyton Gates goes right towards Sierra. Judson takes a shot from well outside the box, and it is well out of the way of the net.
Sophie Wells, again, setting up that chance for Judson. She's everywhere. She's getting every touch seemingly on the ball, just not giving the Hawks any chance to get that ball past midfield.
Lions bench staying loud. High energy, ready to come in whenever necessary. And speaking of, appears we have somebody ready to come in. But Paige Kluba looking to take it herself. She's been one of the hottest, and she puts it in from well outside. Finds the upper 90. Paige Kluba stays on fire. They're losing their minds on the sideline. You mentioned Grant Kluba was responsible for a lot of the action against Agnes Scott, and she's responsible for the first action tonight.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Eric. That's 4 straight goals she has been a part of, and that one upper 90 complete strike with the right foot.
Got some movement down in the back. Can't see the numbers quite yet. Tell you about the substitution here in momentarily. Sophie Wells. Wells turned attacker now, and she still gets a chance to attack as she tries to get this one before it rolls out. She's able to stop it right on the line. Wells to Crawford. Taylor Crawford unable to get that first touchdown. It's very tough. Peyton Gates is right behind her to back it up, though. Wells watches it over her head, and now Lions shift to defense as KB Walker flies down the right side. Gets a touch on that one, and it will be a throw-in for the Lions.
Going back to that goal by Kluba, the difference between that shot and all the other shots the Lions have took today is that Kluba was already running and they were already breaking, and so that gave her great momentum to really just strike it to go in the back of the net.
Peyton Gates finds that ball back to where it went out. KB Walker for Huntingdon. Beginning to press deep into the corner. This is where Walker's been dangerous. She's able to get a couple chances deep into that corner, but Jocelyn Maceda looking around that off. It'll roll out, and it'll be another corner for Huntingdon.
KB Walker really speedy on that right side.
She has been the offensive clearance for Huntingdon. Anytime Huntington's had an offensive chance, it's been towards that right wing. It's been down that right side where KB Walker presides. So another corner. Lions defense will be tested here. Just scored the first goal of the game. Don't want to give up another. As this one sails over the box, nowhere close.
Almost a carbon copy of that first corner the Hawks had, too.
Yep. Kluba finding one of her teammates. Goes the other side. They push deeper. Into the box, Crawford. Watched it get put out, and the Huntingdon Hawks slow the momentum as the Lions begin to smell blood in the water. Throw in from Page. Kluba able to get a touch on it. It'll go right towards Libby Williams, though. A little bit of contested shot on that one. Kluba is still able to get a strong enough foot. So it is Savannah Jerome out. Emma Bierbauer has stepped in. I believe Bierbauer is going to be in the back. That's where I believe I saw her walk off to. Brown and Rothwell. Kylan Rothwell watching that one. Kluba keeping it in front of her. It's going to roll out, be a throw-in.
With just under 22 minutes, Lions up 1-0, but I'm not sure what that call was there. Do you see anything there?
Maybe she just threw it in a little bit too early or from the wrong spot. It's from the wrong spot. But as you were saying, Grant?
Yeah, under 22 minutes, so a little over halfway done. Lions, again, with another offensive chance.
Libby Williams calls off everybody, though, and wraps her arms around that one. Right towards midfield, right over the head of Addie Banks. Kylan Rothwell shifts back, and this one put into the air, high into the air. Maceda a header, trying to keep it in front, but it's going to be a throw-in for the Hawks. That one rolls into the arms of Maggie Leger. Hey, I hadn't had to say Maggie's name in a minute. That's usually a good sign.
Right. Lions defense, I mean, playing tremendously. I think a lot of that is due to Sophie Wells. Again, she's been such a key piece for them this year.
I don't even want to call Sophie Wells a defender. She's just everywhere. It doesn't matter.
She is the team.
Excellent work by Kluba, trying to find a connection down the right side. Shot, and it's out. Ricocheted off a defender. So it'll be a corner kick for the Lions. Appears to be Paige Kluba going back there to take it. We've seen Paige do some wonders from the corner. Gonna add another here. Raises the right hand. Puts it up just barely outside the box and almost found its way through. Hit the outside part of the net.
I mean, eyes were immediately on Judson as she was, standing as far as she could to the goal. Came out right foot over just outside the goal. She had the left side on one of her first shots and then covered the right side there, so maybe the back's next.
And yeah, Judson's got to find it eventually.
We know she can.
Oh, absolutely. Libby Williams. Header by Crawford. So now Huntingdon going to form a chance here. Maceda able to clear it out there. Brilliant job by Jocelyn Maceda to get in front of that ball and poke it through. Here's Taylor Crawford, unable to get a header on it. Now Sierra Judson. Judson stumbling, still racing for this ball, able to get it through. Judson wins the battle. Judson now on the near side. Looking for someone to get to, one-on-one with a defender. Moves towards the back end, is going to ricochet off the shins of number 21 for Huntingdon.
A thing to notice about Judson, whenever she's in those one-on-ones, she always seems to win them. And that's because she stands up straight every single time, does not give any leverage to anyone. So just off of, I guess physics, she's going to win those battles.
Peyton Gates gets the ball. Judson watches it past her. Huge boot, heads up. Goodness gracious. It's been exciting on the sideline tonight.
It's keeping the fans on their toes, nothing wrong with it.
So that means we're going to get one, right, Grant?
I hope so, and if so, I'll catch it for you.
Grant, I was about to say, Grant, if we get one, you got to catch it for me now. I'm going to be too busy calling the ball about to hit me in the face. Hey now, how'd that happen? How did that even happen?
I missed that one as it went past. All I heard was the clank of the bleachers. That was great.
There was a ball that hit the bleachers to our right. Goodness gracious.
Friday night fun.
Oh, my. Huntingdon gets a throw in. KB Walker for Huntingdon. Kluba able to steal it away right near the crest. Crawford. Now Walker again pressing, able to get his foot out and stop that one. Lions defense stays staunch. Gates able to find Judson. Judson able to trap it in front of her enough to wheel around and get another chance on this. Trying to find Crawford. Crawford is going to get called for an offside. Good move by the Huntington defenders. They knew what that was going to turn into, so they all slowed up and let that one touch.
Yeah, smart, savvy defense. I mean, using the Lions' aggression against them, that's something you're going to have. I mean, you got to take everything you can get. You got to kind of crawl back into this one if you're Huntingdon.
And we have, it looks like a mass substitution about to happen on the pitch for the Lions as Libby Williams prepares a kick. Brown able to get a touch on that one. Taylor Crawford over to Judson. Judson able to ricochet. Paige Kluba moving towards it, but is going to get put right past her. Yep, foul called there. A little bit too aggressive there by the Lions.
One of the first or few foul calls today. It's been a fairly cleanly played game, all things considered.
Yeah, we had a couple in the opening few minutes, but it has since cooled off. That one being the first in a while. Kaylin Brown and Sophie Wells wrestling for this ball. Ooh, aggressive touch by the Hawks there. Peyton Gates trying to keep it in front of her, but it'll roll out.
And Bierbauer at 5'6", but with long legs, has really good length to play defense as she needs to. Already been responsible for a couple takeaways for the Lions.
Gates finds Crawford. Crawford trying to keep it in. She does and slips on the turf. Gates a shove, keeping the ball in front of her. Peyton. Down the line, we'll let that one roll out. Fortunately, couldn't keep it in front of her.
And under 15 minutes now, so 2/3 of the way through the first half. Lions up 1-0, have definitely had a time of possession advantage, Eric.
They've definitely had a ton of chances, too. Maybe they've shortened those chances by just maybe speeding up a little bit too much where it didn't need to be sped up. So they'll definitely look to clean that up, and we have the host of substitutions, Sierra Judson Kluba, coming off the pitch, along with Addie Banks and Caitlin Brown. They'll all tag out. Taylor Crawford also joining that crowd as well. As they got the goal, it's 1-0. You put in some folks to burn time a little bit here and keep your big legs healthy and rested.
And the Coach McCormick special, always using his depth to his advantage. I mean, Piedmont, I think over 30 players in the roster, so use them however you can.
Used to be Fitzpatrick, Sierra, and others. Get you that full substitution list here in a moment. This one popped up. It'll be another out-of-bounds ball. It'll be another throw-in.
And Fitzpatrick, with 4 goals on the year, responsible for 10 points. She's been really hot offensively.
She's won the CCS honors. Out again, and it will be Huntington's ball. So again, Sierra, Fitzpatrick. So Victoria and Christina Sierra appear to be in the game. Wasn't sure at first sight, but now am. Keeping it in front of them is Huntington. Trying to stage an attack amid all of the possession and positional shakeup for the Lions, but the defense staying strong. Good job for blocking there. Looked like Maseda on it. Huntington still trying to not let this chance go to waste. A quartet of defenders on that ball for the Lions. Lions need a clear here. Sophie Wells gets in the mix. Here comes Maggie Leger. Leger can't get a hold of it, and it's going to result in a goal for Huntington. Huntington has tied it up. The Lions could not find a crucial clear. It's 1-1.
Substitutions caught off guard off the rip as soon as they came in the game. I mean, I don't know if it's not that they haven't found the pace of the game, maybe they're not warm, but Huntingdon came out hot as soon as those subs came in. They came out firing.
I think that's exactly what it was. Just the Lions substitutions maybe jumped a little bit too far into the deep end. Huntingdon knew exactly what the plan would be against that, and now you're all tied up. You got to get that back. Sophie Wells, fancy footwork towards the midfield line, passes back. Fitzpatrick gets a touch. A little bit too tough of a touch to keep it in front of her, but she's able to grasp it here. Wells tried for a through there, and it goes right into the hands of Libby Williams.
And the same thing I mentioned with Bierbauer in her length is that Fitzpatrick is 5'10", and plays offense. So if she can get one takeaway close to the goal, that could be a real threat for the Lions.
So all your substitutions: Molly Fitzpatrick, Sydney Spitzer, Andy Wimmer, Sierra and Christina, or excuse me, Victoria and Christina Sierra. Fitzpatrick, the target for that one, wants to go past her. Huntingdon defense has more or less played keep away, right? They're not winning the one-on-ones traditionally. They are just keeping this ball away from the Lions offense.
And I think that's what they needed to do in the beginning, but the Lions played keep away themselves to start it off, which is what led to their first goal. They had a lot of shots early on, but since then it's really cooled down.
Sophie Wells went back and had a conversation with the referee. I'm not sure what that was about. Molly Fitzpatrick racing this one, finds Sierra. Sierra blocks it off the back. It'll be put out once again. Peyton Gates getting flooded into attack mode. Andy Wimmer. Wimmer able to steal this one away. Is going to be a tough chance, and a slide tackle is going to go right towards Huntingdon. Thought for a moment that it made contact with Wimmer before it made contact with the Huntingdon player, but the Hawks able to get this one. It'll be a throw-in for them, but it pushes them all the way back.
Yeah, that ball sailed really far, so, I mean, clearly off of Wimmer.
Wimmer able to put it behind her now. Sierra trying to find Molly Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick says not going to have the boosters to get there, though, as it'll roll out, and Libby Williams will collect it for another goal kick. Piedmont bench not relenting here. Still very loud. Sophie Wells has come out of the game. Chloe Spradlin has entered. Spradlin, veteran, takes precedent in midfield. Gates tried to put a head on that one. Here's Victoria Sierra. Spradlin trying to win that one, but it will get hit past her. That one put well out by Maceda. Fitzpatrick gets a touch on it. Here comes Victoria Sierra. Excuse me, Christina Sierra. Fitzpatrick. Huntingdon just stealing the momentum away from the Lions. The Lions can't get anything going here. Nothing is fluid. Nothing is cohesive.
Yeah, that new bench unit's going to have to try to find connections between each other and get used to this lineup because, I mean, they seem a lot more off compared to that first lineup.
And putting Chloe Spradlin in definitely is going to help. Chloe is definitely a captain out there. And I'm sure she's saying something to her teammates on the pitch. Something's got to change. Slow the game down. Get your tempo going. Victoria Sierra chased that one down. Christina watches it past her. Chloe Spradlin able to get a touch on it. Here's Christina. Christina takes a tough hit. Now Sierra laid out on the turf. That was a huge hit. She's going to be helped back to her feet. Yep. That's going to hurt in the morning, but it sets the Lions up in a perfect position for a beautiful set piece should they take advantage of it, Grant.
Yeah, should be another good momentum swing for the Lions. They've needed to slow this game down now and get a good offensive chance while they have it because it's been all Huntingdon these last 10 minutes or so. And 8 minutes left, so that last half of this first half ticked down really fast for the Lions. Kind of got out of hand for them.
Spradlin, Sierra, along with Rothwell discussing who's taking this. It appears to be Spradlin. Chloe puts it up. Good chip shot. Tried to find Peyton Gates, but it's going to fall past her and roll out for another goal kick. And a substitution for Huntingdon. We have a great crowd here tonight for the Lady Lions. Men's golf, along with baseball and men's soccer in attendance. That's all that I can see. I'm sure there's others out there. Good job by Victoria Sierra to get a touch on that one. And an even better job by Spradlin to get a header on that one. Now Molly Fitzpatrick pushes it into the box, and that'll be a throw-in for the Lions. Good chance to set their field on this side of the pitch. Sierra keeping it in front of her. That'll be put out again. Gates on the throw-in, finds Molly Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick gets a touch, wheels it out, header. Unfortunately, it'll be taken away by Walker, though. Here comes Bierbauer, unable to get a touch on that one. Now Huntingdon steals it away using speed to their advantage. Walker down that right side is going to be cut off by two Piedmont defenders, and they will stop the threat momentarily, but the momentum is still squarely in the court of Huntingdon.
Yeah, I mean, good job to hustle back by the Lions to prevent any chances this late in the half. You've got to be able to do that.
Spradlin all over this ball. Chloe lets it get past her. Now repositions. Peyton Gates played a crucial part in this game. Gets it to Sierra across the midfield line. Sierra trying to find her sister on the other side. Put past her. Fitzpatrick will take that one out. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Coach McCormick barking orders from the sideline. Sierra finds it through. Molly Fitzpatrick trying to chase this one down, but the Huntingdon defenders are going to watch this one out. Or maybe they weren't. I thought they were going to let that one roll out for a moment. They opt to keep the ball moving, and it will result in a throw-in for Piedmont.
Questionable decision to not let it roll out because it would have been their possession, but Lions will take it.
Sierra settles under this one. Tough header, and now it rolls past all the way to midfield. Tough break. Sierra and Walker collide on that one. Walker comes up strong, and now we'll have whistle foul called. I believe it is going to be against Christina Sierra.
Foul called just under 5 minutes. Still tied 1-1. What do you think it's going to take for the Lions to maybe get on top here before the end of the half?
Listen, I'm not sure if it's going to be able to. The way the Lions have played with this group out there, it hasn't been cohesive. They have not been able to find each other. There have been a lot of through balls that are well off, and the defense has just had to struggle to keep the ball in front of them, as here's another chance by Huntingdon. Maggie Leger, though, punches it out, and it will be a corner kick for the Hawks. Case in point.
And Leger hasn't really been busy, but anytime she's had to come up, it's been in a tough situation that's not exactly in her advantage.
No, and that one goal, that's not on her. The defense just let Huntingdon hang around too long in the box, and she had to come out of net to make a crucial stop. And unfortunately, it just rolled past her. This one on the ground. Lions put that one up in the air. Peyton Gates tried to stop it. Someone else got a foot on it, though. Victoria Sierra racing towards that one with a full head of steam. Peyton Gates trying to stay in front of it that as well. Here's Bierbauer. Bierbauer able to get a touch, roll it out. It'll be a corner kick. No, it's going to go towards Piedmont. There's a break that you desperately need in this situation.
Definitely, and I mean, one thing I'm seeing out of this is both teams have really upped their aggression. They want to be competitive because they know it might be a tight finish the way these Lady Lions have been playing offense. So a lot of slide tackles, a lot of extra aggression being added.
Leger finds a big boot intended for Peyton Gates. It goes right towards Walker. Good job by Andy Wimmer to slide on that one, and that will become a goal kick.
Tough break for the Lions, negated that good defensive play they had earlier, and Huntingdon is still going to stay in possession of this ball. Actually, that's a goal kick. Never mind.
Leger opts for a closer one. Rothwell. Christina Sierra braves that one. She's still upstanding. Chloe able to get a touch on that one and put it past midfield line. Spitzer trying to get involved. Chloe. Over to Victoria Sierra. Victoria Sierra, huge boot, driving into the corner. Molly Fitzpatrick trying to race to find this one. She's going to have an opportunity. She keeps it in front of her. Lions filling up the box behind her and tried to get it past, but just unfortunately could not get enough foot on it as it'll roll out and become Libby Williams' ball once more.
Like you said, we might go into half still with a tie, just under 2 minutes now, so time running out for both squads.
Andy Wimmer scouting this ball along with Chloe Spradlin. Gates to Spradlin. Spradlin tried to keep it in front of her. Victoria Sierra is going to be tasked with that job now. Now it gets put out to the right side. Sydney Spitzer watches it roll out. It'll be a throw-in for Huntingdon. The Hawks mounting an attack. Excellent slide tackle stop. As that'll slow the momentum momentarily and force Huntingdon to reset. 1 minute remaining. Sierra and Wimmer steal this one away. Tried to find Victoria Sierra. Sierra with a touch gets it to Christina. Now Molly Fitzpatrick racing towards this one. The Lions just got to play defense here. Huntingdon looks to wheel this one off. They're going to stop it for a moment. It's going to be a throw-in for Piedmont. Molly Fitzpatrick over the head kick. It'll be put out again. Another throw-in. Towards the corner, Molly Fitzpatrick chases it down. It's going to become a goal kick, and that would all but solve this first half.
Right, I mean, both teams, especially Huntingdon, coming to play. Piedmont had that one defensive lapse to allow Huntingdon to get on the board, but I mean, fairly exciting one. Almost a disappointing game for the Lions, or just not meeting what their par was.
Gates tried for that last kick of the half, but it goes off the top of the foot. The score at halftime, 1-1, a little bit surprising based on the history between these two squads. But you give your flowers to Huntingdon. They've come in with a game plan versus this Lions team. They have kept the ball away. They've stolen the ball. They've been bent, but they're not breaking right now. And for the Lions, obviously you want to take out your big stars, your big real players, and put in some people who can eat it but also be productive. But your real stars are on that bench, that real producer, and we saw once they left the game, everything was discombobulated.
Right, and a few things to add is that this is a conference game. You came in expecting to win this game, but I mean, coming off of Wesleyan and Agnes Scott, two not as tough opponents, you don't want to come in with that same mindset of, oh, we're going to beat them 10-0. So, I mean, obviously, like you said, you want to give your stars a break. You want to give them some rest against a probably easier opponent. But, I mean, you got to win this game. It is conference. There's a lot of pressure here.
Definitely expect a much more aggressive approach in the second half, of course. In the first half, you can sub once. You can't sub again. In the second half, that rule, no. You can sub as much as you need to. So I'd expect some big changes, but a little bit of a head-scratcher on defense for the Lions puts them at an even ground staring match with Huntingdon. 1-1 at half. You're watching Piedmont Lions Soccer on YouTube. Welcome back to Piedmont Lions Athletics on YouTube. Piedmont Lions Ladies Soccer. 1-1 is our score as we go into the second half. Grant, things kind of fell apart in that first half for the Lady Lions. Looked to be in cruise control, but things got a little bit out of hand rather quickly.
Yeah, first 20 minutes or so, Lions' offensive attack was great. A lot of fast breaks, a lot of opportunities. The one thing is they didn't get a lot of those opportunities, only capitalizing on one. And then once Coach McCormack brought in 5 subs to switch the group up, which is something the Lions normally excel at, the offense started to come out of their, or not really do as good as they normally do. So that really slowed the game down, gave Huntingdon a chance to attack offensively, and they put a lot of pressure on Maggie Leger, the substitute goalkeeper, in for Haley Dornan, and because of that, it is 1-1.
Leger did a good job, but unfortunately the one time where she had to come out of net, it just did not turn up in the Lions' favor. So we do have a couple of starters entering from that first squad. Paige Kluba takes the pitch. Joining her on that right side is Madison Johnson. Gretchen Dodolph has entered as we are underway, 7:01 on the clock. Sophie Wells back in the game. Trying to find Johnson. That one is going to roll out and be a throw-in for the Hawks. Staying in the game is Victoria Sierra. That one out again. This will be a Huntingdon throw-in. Johnson trying to win this one right on the line. It will be put safe. Paige Kluba now. Kluba down to Johnson. Lions trying to start their first attack of the second half. Madison Johnson wheeling off this one. Huntingdon tried to wheel it off, and Johnson got away with a nasty slide tackle there.
Definitely did, and that one right over by men's soccer. Packed house at the WAC today. A lot of people here for some Friday night fun.
Oh, yeah. Lions looking to give them a lead here to cheer for. Libby Williams takes it from the box. Gretchen Dodolph wrestling for that one, rather. Paige Kluba takes it. This one put down deep in the corner. Here comes Crawford. Crawford able to keep it in. Now Judson being put into the forefront of the attack. Lions still trying to find who's going to have the best opportunity to put this one through. And it's going to be out and be a throw-in for Piedmont. Long throw by Kluba finds Crawford. Crawford trying to keep it in. It is in. It's in the box and it's put back out. Crawford with a header, and now they'll put it out definitively. And it's going to be a corner for the Lions. Huge opportunity here to swing the momentum early in the first half. Kluba back for the corner. It's well struck. Header is going to go right into the arms of Williams. It was a good shot, but unfortunately, goalkeeper for Huntingdon right there to collect it.
And she's had a busy day. Lions keeping her day busy to start with the first chance of the second half, and they're looking for more of the same.
It's out. Same backfield of Rothwell, Gates, and Maseda.
Gates been having a really good game pushing the ball on that left wing.
Sophie Wells watches that one. Her and Gretchen Dodolph trying to get this ball free. Dodolph does, and able to get a pass off, but it goes right back to the Hawks. Gretchen wins the battle. Put back towards midfield. Now Jocelyn Maseda, Sophie Wells, and Sierra. Everybody on that one. That will be a foul towards Piedmont as Sierra took a tough hit there, but she's back up and running rather quickly. Sophie wasting no time, and there will be a whistle. Yeah, just a little bit too fast, and now Wells is asking the referee, come on, okay, let me kick it. Come on. So Sophie's going to get pushed up a little bit here. Kylan Rothwell is now going to be tasked with the kick. In fact, they're going to move it a little bit behind the midfield line. Jocelyn Maseda back there with her. Paige Kluba creeping towards it. Well struck into the box. Sophie Wells watches it out. Who thought it was going to be a goal kick, but no. Looks like the Lions get another break here. It'll be a corner.
It's a beautiful strike from midfield. Near perfect setup to put it off the foot of a Lion.
Yep. It does set him up here inadvertently. Kluba lines it up again. Beautiful cross, and just off the head, wrong direction. And the Lions could not complete that chance. A beautiful cross by Paige Kluba, but the Hawks regain control, Grant. Williams. Kluba, they would put it up. Johnson racing towards it. Now Crawford. Madison Johnson trying to find Taylor Crawford, but it's going to roll out. Williams once again with the ball. So the Lions being very active on this near side of the pitch. Very active in that area. You have Kluba, you have Johnson, you have Crawford. All three very aggressive. You also have Dodolph leaking over this way. On the left side, there's not a lot of precedence right there, but that's where Judson is.
Right, and always a threat is Judson. And, I mean, same recipe for the Lions that they had in the first bit of the first half, which yielded them that goal, is just push the ball as much as you can, keep it out of Huntington's possession.
This will roll deep into the corner. I believe it'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. As, yes, it will. Sierra to Crawford. Crawford trying to keep it in. Huntington, it goes through, and that one skied up. I believe that was Madison Johnson on the chance. It was an excellent pass by Crawford. Johnson just could not get it leveled off, and it skied up. So the Lions will have to reshape another opportunity. Crawford able to play that off the back foot. Hawks trying to clear it immediately. Johnson deep in the corner near the pesky pole. That'll be put out. Throw in by appeared to be Paige Kluba. Ball back into the corner now. Lions trying to get a corner out of this. Ball is out, or they're going to get a throw in. Kluba back to it. Wells, cross, header, and it will be put out. Crawford appeared to maybe just try to put that one off the back of her head, but unfortunately lowered the dome a little bit too much.
Yeah, I mean, again, another early chance for the Lions. I love this approach as they're coming out hot out of the second half, trying to get these Hawks off guard.
And they're getting fantastic opportunity from the wings. There's not a straight-up attack. This is very dynamic as opposed to what we saw in the first half, where they were very up the middle with Judson and Kluba.
Right.
Looks to be Rothwell. Dodolph, fast and slow to the ground, and the Lions taking every shot they can on that net, but they're just going well too high.
Right, and I mean, Gretchen Dodolph, like you said, fast. She has been getting in. As soon as she came in the game, she's been swarming the ball and getting good quality touches, and that one nearly yielded the first goal for the second half for these Lions.
Second shot by Taylor Crawford in as many tries this half. Madison Johnson tried to raise the leg and get that one, but it will fall to the turf, and now the Huntington Hawks trying to have their first attacking opportunity. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Is this going to be a foul or a throw-in?
I'm not sure. I thought that was
foul.
I thought that was Piedmont ball. Interesting.
And now Madison Johnson pleading her case with the referee. So, Hawks get a free kick here. And it's well done into the box. But an even better job of the Lions defense to be right there. It appeared to be Maceda. Gates. That'll be out, and it'll be a Piedmont ball. Lions trying to maintain the momentum, moving rather quickly down the line. Here we go again, another throw-in. I believe that's Peyton Gates who shifted up. Paige Kluba drops back to be a part of the trio defense. Another throw-in. Sierra in the middle of that one. This won't be out. Gates trying to clear it off. It will be put out again. The Hawks doing everything they can to keep the Lions on the wings. They don't want any sort of forward progress. Here we go again, right back towards that line. Peyton Gates and Walker wrestling for this one. It gets loose. Here comes Paige Kluba. Kluba clears it through, trying to find Madison Johnson on the other end. Now Johnson gets an opportunity. Kluba's now back in action. Back from the trio defense. Kluba tries to keep it and steal it away. She puts it out. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. Lions trying to set up. Get themselves in a perfect position here. Sophie Wells braces for a hit there, but she's able to steal it away. Staying really fast on the turf is Wells, and that'll get past. That'll be Piedmont's ball. It'll be a foul on Huntingdon. That'll be on number 3, Shaylin McFarland. She scored the lone goal for the Hawks this evening. Kylan Rothwell back for the kick. Wells trying to stay up, finds Kluba. Page. Sierra tried to find Johnson. Now back towards the line. Johnson, good job. Just close that off and give the Lions another throw-in opportunity. Well over into the corner. That should be a handball, and it will be. And a yellow card has been presented. Not sure who that was presented to. I would assume Sierra based on the location of the referee. Referee still completing his booking. I believe Coach McCormack wants an explanation, maybe rightfully so. I was going to say it earlier, with the amount of fouls that came in the latter half of the first half, and now we've had a couple fouls here, you have to start setting a precedence for your referee, and it's not on Sierra, it's on Peyton Gates, the yellow is. Johnson and Crawford. Johnson trying to find her way into the box. Judson trying to chase this down. She has an opportunity to steal it away. Got to stop herself. Tried to throw on the brakes. Tumbles out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in for Huntingdon.
And although the Lions are keeping the ball in their possession, again, it's kind of unorganized attacks, errant shots, but eventually you'll get your offense together and get those good shots.
Johnson, everybody racing for this one. Libby Williams leaps up and makes the grab. So Williams settles back for a goal kick. Header by Crawford. Crawford has had the most shots this half, looking to make it one more. It'll be put out, though, and brought back towards the line. Paige Kluba trots over.
32 minutes now left in the second half, 13 minutes down. I mean, still not much going offensively for the Lions, although they've had the ball a lot.
And not too much offensively going on for Huntingdon. They have not been able to rally and put anything together. Lions have had the foot on the gas all the time. They've been constantly put in defensive mode. That is going to stay in right on the line. It'll be put out by Page. Everyone motioning where it needs to go, and is going to go towards the Lions. Page wastes no time right down the line. Madison Johnson trying to find it. It'll be put out again and be another throw-in. And that action really is just square in line with the post. Looks like we're going to have a substitution perhaps. As somebody's made the long run in. Says Allison Wickowitz has entered for Madison Johnson. Wells takes a dive. Now has to get put back on the defense. The Lions getting put in the defense now as Walker enters the box. Maceda and Walker going at it in the corner, and it will roll out and be a corner kick for Huntingdon. They're swinging the momentum back into their court.
Yeah, immediate flip of possession, and I mean, Hawks flew down the pitch to get that corner.
They are very fast as Laney Bishop lines up for the corner kick. Huge test here for the Lions defense to stop the momentum of the Hawks. Bishop's kick is high. It's a header, and it's over the crossbar. Maggie Leger, a tumbling try at that, but she didn't have to save it. Huntingdon blows an opportunity, and the Lions get a chance to reset, Grant.
That was a perfect setup on the corner, just a little bit off on the header. I mean, that's got to be Leger's heart definitely skipped a beat there. That was nerve-wracking.
And Goggins on the header. There will be a foul there. I was waiting for the referee. Thought for a moment that he'd let that play through. But no dice. Huntingdon lines up another free kick. Appears to be Bishop once again. This one more of on the ground. Tough chance for both players there. Both fall down. Both are up now. Now Sierra trying to flag it down. Walker has been an issue all game long. She's the only chance that the Hawks have had to continue progress down that right side. And now we have an injured player here for Piedmont. They're back up, thankfully. Thought for a moment we'd have a stoppage there, but just need a little bit more time. It's another corner for Huntingdon as the Lions have to bear down again. Last opportunity. The Hawks pushed it well up. With this one, they can't get off a header. Walker able to steal it away in the box, though, trying to find somebody. It's going to be cleared. Tried to find Taylor Crawford, did that pass, but now Huntington's defense forces it back into an attack mode for the Hawks. We're getting into a very fast game here, similar to what we had in the second half of the first half. Lions might need to slow the tempo up and play their own game as another foul is called against them, and they got to stay out of foul trouble here or else another yellow is going to be charged.
Yeah, already in foul trouble, like you said, 4 in the first half and already playing really aggressive with only 28 minutes left. You got to chill out a little bit.
This is a conference matchup. These are conference opponents, and the Lions have something to prove against them here in their home territory as Huntingdon has come in and completely disrupted their game plan. Page trying to find Crawford. This one's well passed. This gives the Lions opportunity to move up. Crawford trying to block that shot as much as she can. Now Sierra being pushed into the fray. Rothwell gets a touch on it, and a good tackle keeps her upright, as well as the whistle out of the referee's mouth. Wells slowing it down here momentarily before ratcheting it up by giving it to Sierra Judson. Judson slips on the turf, able to maintain possession though. She goes back to Sophie. Wells to Sierra. Sierra finding Wickowitz. Ball will be out. Is Allison Wickowitz in that position that Madison Johnson once held on the far side. In the box, Sierra. Trying to keep it in front of her, and there will be a foul. Sierra already has a yellow card against her. And that shove is not going to make her look more pleasing in the referee's eyes.
That one definitely just a careless foul, too. I mean, both arms outstretched in a cluster. I mean, obvious call, and like we said, you want to tone it down a little bit. I understand you want to be aggressive, but you got to control it.
So Libby Williams given another chance to kick it. Sierra keeping it up. It'll be put back into the ground. Kluba trying to find Crawford. Crawford racing her way. Hasn't run into too much opposition just yet. Judson took a shot from outside. It's blocked. Rothwell. Ball will fall into Piedmont's hands. Now it's Huntington's ball. Some back pass. All the way back to Leger now. Haven't seen that a lot in Leger. An errant pass is going to put the Hawks well within striking distance for a throw-in. Header by Wells. Judson got to steal this one away, at least clear the ball and get the pressure off the defense. She will. Judson back to it. Able to stand up tall through it. This one deep. Hawks now being pressed. Lions going towards that back line. It'll be put out, heads up. On the sideline. They got to brave that one. Believe that's our training staff. Substitution for Piedmont. Sophie Wells a little tripped up on that one. Popped up, Paige Kluba, header. Winkowitz now turning her back, trying to get that one back to her. Christina Sierra is in for Crawford. Here she is here. Sierra trying to find her sister, and it goes right under the crossbar, and the Lions are up 2-1. Fantastic pass, fantastic shot, and Libby Williams couldn't dream of getting that one. You put it right where you can't get it, and the Lions have taken a 2-1 lead.
That aggression finally paid off. All of those chances, all of that pressure on Libby Williams to get a great strike in momentum to go up 2-1.
Judson, not wanting to relent, keeps going. The Lions saw what happened when you ease off the gas with this Huntington squad. They struck back. Lions don't want to do that here. Sierra. Deep into the corner here. The lights have come on in full effect here in Demarest. As Libby Williams gets it through, so the lights on. That means there's darker corners towards that back line. Wikowitz to Kluba. Page pressing her way through. She had a goal in the first half, now moving into position advantageous for another. Lions opt to go to the right to the left side. Still pressing through. Sierra runs up on that one. It'll get put past Huntington's defense, beginning to take over. Sophie Wells gets through. It's going to be a penalty in favor of the Lions. So now you're given a set piece that's well within striking distance and well an opportunity to put this game away.
21-24, up 2-1. You go up 2 here, that is absolutely huge to seal it.
Looks like Rothwell's back. Rothwell goes the full force and sends it over the brick wall where men's soccer awaits.
Rothwell has a strong leg, just errant, I guess. I mean, good chance, not exactly what you want to see out of that, but you're getting those chances. Another one will eventually go in the back of the net.
Trio of substitutions for Huntington. One for the Lions. Tell you about that when we get that information. Again, the Lions numbers aren't too big for us. This is a little hard for us to tell sometimes.
White jerseys don't make it any easier either.
White jerseys not too much easier for us,
yep.
Grant. Sun quickly setting, offering us a beautiful backdrop for a beautiful match of soccer right now. Allison Wikowitz is out. Serena Jerome is back in. Foul in favor of Huntington. Good clear. Sierra will get called for that one, as it'll go the Hawks' way.
Might have been a little late. I mean, I'm not in the ref shoes, so I'm not one to make the call, but it did seem a little bit late.
Sierra puts it well up into the air. Savannah Jerome gets a touch. Judson as well, and now Wells joins in on the fun. Towards the line, Jerome looking to cut the distance, and she's able to keep it in. Now Sierra, like a lightning bolt, continues to charge, and now takes a big hit, and there should be a whistle. There will be a whistle. And that should be a foul, if not a card against the Hawks. Man, that was an aggressive tackle done only to stop momentum. Sierra came out of nowhere.
I think I just saw the flash at the whack.
My goodness.
Going 80 miles an hour. My goodness.
So Lions presented with another opportunity. Well struck. Libby Williams punches it out of the air. And now a clear by Huntington. Lions have to line up to try to get that one. Missed header. Now the Hawks pushing their way past. Kluba able to get it out though. That will bounce all the way up the road. That ball's going home. I'm clocking out.
Souvenir.
Deep into Lion territory, they'll watch it out. It will be a goal kick for Maggie Leger. And we have a little bit of stoppage here. Grant, what an impressive attack here by the Lady Lions to keep it going.
Yeah, like you said, a little bit of stoppage. Their attack has just been unrelenting this second half, which is why they had that first beautiful goal. But, I mean, it's just been unrelenting. Huntingdon hasn't had time to catch up. They haven't had time to control the ball. And if they have had the ball at all, Piedmont has shut it down immediately.
Jerome chasing it down. Wells gets a touch, and that one cleared by Sierra. That'll stop the tracks a little bit here. Jerome gets a touch. Another bleacher ball. I swear we have bleacher balls whenever people are in the stands. Sometimes we have a lesser day, maybe it's Saturday and folks have gone home. But anytime we have people in the stands, they become a magnet. Sierra. Double trouble up there. Kluba runs into an attacker. How about Kluba in her new role back there, playing great defense?
I think it works really well because of her quickness. It's so good to have that in a transition game.
Be a goal kick for Libby Williams. Wells keeps it on the ground. Sierra. It's hit a little bit there. No call from the referee. Even the Piedmont bench wanted one. That'll go towards the Lions' way, though. Wells able to put the foot on that one. Kluba. Pushing her way up. Ball gets taken away from her. And a foul called against the Lions.
With around 14 minutes, any of those foul chances are a huge risk since the Lions are only up one.
Yep. Lions would love to put one in the back of the net again. They haven't given themselves any chances, though, here recently, at least in the past 5 minutes. Maybe fleeting chances as the Hawks begin to surge. KB Walker watches that one out. Out again. Another throw in for Huntingdon. Now Lions just trying to keep that ball right there. Stop it. Where it is. Third straight throw in for Huntingdon. And not a fourth one, as the Lions and the Hawks agree to keep this one in. Pile up on the pitch is going to go towards the Lions' way as they get a foul swung in their direction.
Like you said, Lions trying to keep the ball out of their possession, out of the Huntington's possession. You can't play too aggressive because if you do, that's large risks for Huntingdon to take advantage of and get closer to that box. If you're the Lions, your goal is to keep them out of that box.
Rothwell puts it up. That will be rolled out and be a throw-in for the Hawks. Wilby Williams gets another shot here. As the Lions have done a great job to stagnate this Huntingdon offense, as Chloe Spradlin appears to be ready to enter when needed. Wells, all over that. Now the Hawks pressing here a little bit. It'll be a throw-in for Piedmont, though.
And you said Lions' stagnant defense, and a lot of that is due to their high-powered offense and the way they've been able to hold the ball in their control this second half, been able to give the defense a little bit easier of a job and keep them fresh.
Absolutely. Just got some reinforcements in the form of Chloe Spradlin. Kluba moving back, still trying to stay in front of that ball. Now Judson shifts that role, and a beautiful takeaway by Judson. Trying to keep it in front of her. Unfortunately, though, the Hawks will back pass. Good touch. So the substitution there is Christina Sierra out and Chloe Spradlin in. Good block by Wells, but Wells immediately falls to the turf. It took one a little bit too much on the chin, as she's still struggling to stand.
Looks like that one just nailed her right in the chest.
Yep.
Might have gotten the wind knocked out of her.
Yep. All good to go now. In the air and into the box, but put out. Good job by Wells. Get a touch on that one. A little bit of a funky touch, but it gets past. Foul towards Huntington's way. And the Lions will benefit. And the Lions really have just completely dropped back. They are just protecting this ball.
Yeah, you got to play conservative this late in the contest. Like I said earlier, not letting the Hawks get in the box, not giving them any chances, trying to keep that ball around midfield, which is great when you have players like Chloe Spradlin, players like Sophie Wells. It's good to have people like that who can stay in control of the ball and who have great skills.
No more risks. As if an attack presents itself, they will attack. However, they are not going to actively move towards that attack, taking what the Hawks are giving them.
Case in point, Chloe Spradlin there, just a hard kick to the other end to just keep it on Huntington's side and keep Piedmont on a kind of offensive possession.
And burn seconds.
I think just on that play alone, that was about 25 or 30 seconds, so it's a good time.
Right down the line towards the corner, it'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. How many times have we said that tonight?
There has been a lot of throw-ins, more than I'm used to seeing, yeah.
And we've seen rallies where it's like 3 in a row.
There's that one sequence a couple minutes ago. I think there was about 5 or 6 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. Foul goes Piedmont's way.
Those fouls are huge to keep the ball in Piedmont's possession. About 8 minutes left, so got to burn those seconds any way possible, Eric.
The Lions' approach tonight was a little bit crisscrossed when Huntingdon came in and gave them what they gave them. Huntingdon has, I would say, if you ask anybody on that sideline, has played them a lot more difficult than you would have expected.
Right, and it was really as soon as the substitutions came in the first half.
Great set piece by Spradlin from well outside the box. And the Lions are up 3-1. We know how powerful Spradlin can be and game-changing she can be. She's fired up, and the Lions have all but put this one to bed.
The bench is loving it, too. I mean, Spradlin always fires them up, but the celebration's doing the worm on the bench. They are fired up 3-1. Spradlin bounced it in the upper 90. I mean, just a perfect cap off for this game.
Now the defense still has to hold strong. Nothing's said and done. However, that goal certainly alleviates some pressure. Paige Kluba's not wasting any time. She wants a goal. I believe a referee missed a handball call there. It's okay. It's all good.
Either way, those seconds tick down. Kluba just pushed it to the other end.
And now we get a corner. Another chance for Piedmont. And if you can get another one here, man, that really puts it out of reach. Whistle. Stoppage here. Out again. It will be a goal kick. I believe we had several people calling for corner, but no. Now Coach McCormack talking with sideline referee. And now, they've exchanged some words. Sideline referee has to get back to his spot, but neither one of them were having either one of them. Rothwell watching it, pokes it through. Now Lions defense has to shift. Sierra slides down on turf, picks herself back up though. That'll result in a goal kick for the Lions. And Grant, I mentioned it at the very beginning, not the very beginning, but maybe towards the latter half or midway point of the first half, we have not talked about Maggie Lachey a lot at all tonight, and that is a great thing.
Yeah, indicative of the defense's performance. I mean, I mentioned earlier trying not to get the ball into the box, and they've just been doing a perfect job of that pretty much all night besides when those subs came in, and a lot of that is due to the offensive performance and keeping the ball in their possession. So Leger, I think she's only had maybe 4 or 5 shots to have to save the ball away, and she's done a decent job otherwise.
And Huntingdon has been locked into this position before the box and at midfield point. They've been locked into this quadrant of the pitch for nearly the entire second half.
And they haven't found the keys to get him out. The Lions just hiding him. They're holding him away from him.
Judson, Spradlin. Spradlin puts a boot on that one. Tries to find Sierra. Judson eyeing that one down. So is Jerome. As everybody flips to defense. Sierra able to get a touch on that one. Misrupts it a little bit. And Maggie Lachey collects it, falls down on top of it. Makes a good save there. It's a good shot by Huntingdon, but unfortunately just right at Maggie Lachey. Didn't have to do too much work on it.
And right on cue, Leger with 4 minutes left. We were just talking about how she had a quiet day, but I mean, these Lions have played a great, great second half.
that defensive, what led to the first goal for Huntingdon was the inability to clear the ball. The Lions have been trying to pass between each other amidst an attack. It hasn't been them trying to take the ball away. They're just trying to create short passes. That tells me that they have the ability to steal whenever they want to, an ability to clear whenever they want to. They're just choosing not to.
Right, and I think, like you said, the ability to steal, the ability to clear, a lot of that confidence is due to Sophie Wells playing around that crest, around that logo. She has had a tremendous game.
And shout out to the rest of the defense after Sophie took a hit, got the wind knocked out of her. The defense has really stepped up. She hasn't had to do a lot of movement around. Typically, when you lose a player of that impact, things get a little bit dicey. And of course, we didn't lose Sophie. She's still out there. In fact, tries to create a chance for herself right there. But still, and Sophie, there you go, slide tackle on cue. Puts it all the way up. Sierra chasing it down. Still racing. Sierra slide and no call by the referee. It will be put out and it will be a throw in for Huntingdon.
That play by Sierra, 2.5 minutes left. That goal by Spradlin is now,
That's
huge.
Large.
Takes so much pressure off of these final minutes.
I believe Lions have an injured player here. Can't tell who that is, but they are going to come off. We'll see who that was in a moment, but it doesn't look like it was a contact play or anything of that nature. She was just down on one knee as the rest of the play continues. So we have a substitution. We will play on. Wells passes back to Rothwell. Bierbauer out. Andy Wimmer has come into the game. Sophie Wells back pass will find her target. Spradlin racing down to the corner. Spradlin staying up will be a throw-in to make sure here. Yes. Minute 30 left in this one, as the Lions have all but put to bed a conference victory over a scrappy Huntingdon Hawk squad here in the WAC, Grant.
Nothing short of scrappy. The Hawks have played, really good defense. The Lions just really came to play in the second half, and oh my goodness. Spradlin got clocked there. That late in the game, that's not something you want to see against a senior.
McCormick, a little heated after that one. He's asking the referee what's going on down there. Get control of your game. It's Huntingdon just trying to stop everything. They are just trying to put that ball in the corner. That's where this game's going to end. As they just do not want the Lions to have any sort of opportunity. Just 30 seconds. Here we go again. And a yellow card has been presented. Yeah, I'm not sure why it took so long. It was pretty obvious what the move was here. The ball is going to be trapped in the corner in this game. A yellow's been presented in the final minute. Should have been presented a minute ago.
Definitely. I don't know if that's frustration at a Huntingdon. ref having words, but like we said, conference matchup. Huntingdon, not much you can do, but in the same way with Piedmont's foul trouble earlier, Huntingdon, you got to tone it down, especially this late in the game.
So it's officially a corner now. I believe maybe it was just a throw-in, perhaps, or something like that. But Lions going for a kill shot. Header is high. It's out of the box. Lions will block that one off. No final touch for the Hawks, as that one's high up in the air. Final 10-second sound, and the Lions have locked up a home victory versus Huntingdon. A big victory with 2 second-half goals, one by the sister squad, the Sierras, and the other by Chloe Spradlin from well outside to really ice this thing. Grant, it was a shoddy first half, but whatever was said in the second half, once they got that second goal, they completely slammed on the brakes, and they made up camp. They put up camp, they put up stops, they put up barriers that the Huntingdon Hawks could never overcome.
Yeah, and McCormick's personnel out there in the second half really got it done. They seemed a lot more fluid than they were in that first half, especially from when that second group came in. Those 2 goals, that late one from Spradlin really just sealed it. And, I mean, great defensive play, great offensive play, really well-rounded second half. First half is not something you want to see in the future, but at least the Lions were able to overcome it, able to use their depth in the second half, and, I mean, pretty good momentum going into the WashU game on Sunday.
And this has been a second half team. They have come out of halftime, out of the talk with Coach, looking fantastic, looking so much better than they were in the first half. And in the first half, we did see a lot of promising attacks, lots of promising attacks. Unfortunately, maybe they were just not as well thought out attacks as you would like. But that's what this team does. They maybe go out, maybe sporadic goal you. It's a little bit of a game of mental warfare here. They're trying to get you on your toes immediately out the gate before they can eventually put one back. Goals tonight by Christina Sierra, Paige Kluba, and Chloe Spradlin.
Right. All 3, I mean, veterans, great offensive pieces being utilized to the fullest. I mean, they played a great second half. I really can't understate that. This is a really exciting team this year, I think.
Absolutely. Talking with a lot of the players on this team, they do feel like this is a complete squad. Maybe last year they were missing a couple pieces, but this year, this is a complete go-to squad that the players are excited about, fans and students are excited about. I'm excited about watching this. It's been a fun season so far. The Lions will move to 3-0 in the conference. Huntingdon will drop to 0-3 in the conference. So Piedmont, as of right now, holds top spot. Well, I'm not sure if Covenant played tonight or not. Either way, early season, not too much of a hindrance. Your final score from the WAC, 3-1. You'll see for more soccer action on Sunday as we both have men's and women's. Women's open it up versus WashU. That's the number 1 ranked team in the country. They're 10-0 with a draw coming into that game. So you just want to see how well you can compete against a squad of that magnitude. And the men's will take over the reins in the second half of the day. If you want to keep it on this channel, we got volleyball action for you tomorrow. A conference tri-match, CCS tri-match, as the volleyball squad under their new head coach looks to continue a promising start as they 3-0'd Wesleyan the other day to their season. Grant, any final thoughts?
I mean, Sunday should be interesting. Men's playing, I think they're playing center, and then, again, women's playing WashU. Like you said, it will be a good test. Complete squad, like we said, it'll be interesting to see how they play.
A complete squad and a complete win here for the Lady Lions this evening. Final score from the WAC for the final time, 3-1, Lions winning over a conference foe. For Danielle Purslow, her entire communications group over there, Davis Barlow and Joseph Garwood, Grant Prather and Peter Sly out on the camera for us this evening. I'm Eric Edmondson saying hope you enjoyed. Have a safe and good weekend if you don't join us again. And as always, go Lions.